Welcome everybody to another edition of the Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host MoneyE, back with another edition of Unscripted Sports Show. And today we'll be talking about the NBA and NHL recap, the season recap. Kevin Durant got traded over the weekend to Houston Rockets. I think it happened on Saturday or Sunday, or yesterday. I mean, which is today's Monday, so. I did this 81. Yeah. Yeah, so Kevin Durant gets traded to the Phoenix Suns for picks and Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. Take a look at that. Right now. Yeah, this happened yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So this happened yesterday, right before the NBA Finals, Game 7. This went down. And we'll take a look at what these guys have to say.
Some of the picks that they owned from the Nets back to Brooklyn, which cleared the way for them to tank, which they did this year. They got the 8th pick, and they got picks of the Suns. They got two picks and a swap. And as soon as that happened, people said, I think they're trying to get Kevin Durant. And all year long, the Rockets said, not really. We're not, we love Kevin Durant, but he's in his mid-30s. We got this team in the 20s. We're not really going for him. And some people thought, it's because they really want Devin Booker. I believed Rafael Stone when he said this. By the way, he said this publicly. He said it privately too. He said it publicly because I believe that he wanted to have his young team grow. Mm-hmm. But something happened in the last few weeks. One, you're dead on. Ime Udoka, who had him in Brooklyn. Rael Ivy's on the staff. He was his teammate at Texas. He wanted him. He went to ownership and said, and front office and said, can we get Kevin Durant and get him? The other thing was they couldn't say no to the price. The price was just so low, they just couldn't say no. It's meant to say, look what they still have on their roster. So they now have optionality. They can say, let's keep letting Amen Thompson develop. Let's keep letting Jabari Smith. By the way, Tari Eason, they love Tari Eason there. He could be the guy who replaces Dylan Brooks as that key defender. So now they can get Kevin Durant, get themselves better, and still have these pieces that they can keep or trade. So the Rockets had this happen because Kevin Durant controlled this process. Last winter, the Warriors were ready to trade for him. And he said, I don't want to go there. And they backed off. Last week, the Timberwolves were on the verge of trading for him.
I don't want to go there.
I don't want to go there. And Ant Edwards could have tried to talk him into it. He did not. He said, this is not my place. KD, you do what you do. And so the price came down, the Rockets moved in. That's how you elevate yourself as a team. Mm-hmm. You buy low, and you have a great opportunity.
Yep. Kevin Durant traded to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green. It was Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and I think four first round picks. Let me see. It might not be first four. So here it is. So it's for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th pick in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks. I don't know where I saw or heard somebody say four first-round picks. No. So the Rockets traded for Kevin Durant. They traded less than the Knicks did for Bridges. The Bridges trade, there was like 4 first-round picks. So Houston got less, had to trade less for Kevin Durant than the Knicks traded for Bridges. And the Magic traded more for, what's his name? Desmond Bain. The the Magic traded more for Desmond Bain than the Rockets traded for Kevin Durant. Think about that. The Magic traded more for Desmond Bain, and that's not against Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain is a good player. Let's see if I can recap that trade. Orlando. The trade. Okay. Last week, Orlando traded 4 unprotected first round picks and 1 pick swap for Desmond Bain. They traded 5 for, I think that's 4 unprotected and 1 pick swap. So one of them is a pick swap, I think, or is it 5 first? Or is it 5 first round picks? Yeah, see, 1 pick swap for Desmond Bain. And Desmond Bain is a very good player. But the fact that the Rockets traded less for a future Hall of Famer like Kevin Durant, two-time NBA champion, and future Hall of Famer, and what is it? Former two-time NBA Finals MVP. They traded less than the Magic did for Desmond Bain, and less than the Knicks traded for Mikal Bridges. So the Knicks and Magic got traded four first round picks for Desmond Bain and Bridges. So Bridges and Bain went for 4 first round picks. The Rockets only had to give away 1 first round pick, and that was this year, and then 5 second round picks. Yeah, 5 second round picks, not 5 first round picks, 5 second round picks, and 1 first round pick, and that was this year's first round pick for Kevin Durant. For a future Hall of Famer, 2-time NBA MVP, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 2-time NBA champion, and Kevin Durant, future Hall of Famer. They traded 1 first round pick and 5 second round picks, and that's this year's first round pick. That's in this week's NBA draft. NBA draft is Wednesday. First round is on Wednesday, second round on Thursday. I don't know why they split the two. Nobody watching the second round. Nobody cares about the second round. But hey, ESPN wanted to do that, and so be it. But yeah, enough of that. Talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA championship last night, their first NBA championship, defeating the Indiana Pacers in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. They won by 12. No, they won by 30. They won by 12, 103 to 91. SGA to NBA Finals MVP, NBA MVP, and scoring champion. So, first time in 25 years that's happened that the same player won the scoring title, the NBA, the season MVP, and the NBA Finals MVP all in one season. Congratulations to Oklahoma Thunder for winning their first championship in franchise in Oklahoma City era. Because I think they won in Seattle. Because remember, Oklahoma City used to be Seattle. So technically, I think Seattle did win a championship. So this is the first one in Oklahoma City franchise history. Congratulations to Oklahoma City and their fans on winning their first championship for Oklahoma City. First professional championship in Oklahoma, I think. I think the NBA is the only one they have. So, first NBA championship in that city, first professional sports championship in that city. So congratulations to those fans. They deserve it. Great fans, great atmosphere last night. Yeah, I was rooting for Indiana because they were the underdog, and everybody was picking Oklahoma City. I picked Oklahoma City myself, but I wanted to root for the underdog. And prayers to Tyrese Hagenberger, who went down in the second quarter. He was starting off great. Started off 3 for 4 from 3 point, had 9 points, and then went down. He had a strained calf going into the game. He he fought it off. He wanted to play for his team, for his city, for his fans, and he fought it off. He knew the risk would happen. He knew the risk that could happen, and unfortunately, he went down and he tore his right Achilles, um, the same injury as Jason Tatum had against the Knicks. So both Tatum and Hallie can rehab together because they both have the same injury. But prayers for speedy recovery for both of them. Same thing with Dame. I think Dame tore his ACL, but I have to check it out. But all of them had season ending. All of them had serious injuries. All of them have serious injuries, and all of them will miss the 2025-26 season. And all of them should be back probably in 2027, especially Tatum and Halliburton. Um, I think those two will probably be back 2026, maybe the start of 2026 season or the mid season of that mid season of the 2027 season. I think Dame injured his ACL, tore his ACL, so he might be back sooner. But all of them suffered a serious injury that will keep them out next season, and all three of them will probably be back the following season. And you could say that Tatum and Halliburton have a long recovery, because that's a serious injury. Kevin Durant had that injury. I think Klay Thompson had the same injury, or he might have tore his ACL. Kevin Durant, when he came back, he even had to miss more time, and then came back, kept missing more time. So it's a serious injury. So I believe, Ryan Howard did that in 2011 when they lost to the Cardinals, and he went down. He tore his because he was never the same. So basketball is different because I mean they're both running, but you're running on the field, it's supposed court. So it's going to be a long recovery for all three of them. All three of them will more than likely miss all of that season, especially more than like it's more than certain that Halliburton and Tatum will miss that season. And Dame, I think if he did tear his ACL, I think he could be back next season. But why would he? I mean, he could be back next season in 2026, in late 2026. So I don't know. I think Dame might be back sooner. So, but speedy recovery to those three. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a rough season for Milwaukee, the Celtics, for the Bucks, Celtics, and Pacers. They lost three. They lost all their. All three of them lost their stars. Two of them lost their best player. Giannis is the Bucks' best player, so but they lost their second best player. So speedy recovery to all three of them. Yeah. So and congratulations to OKC again. Now to the NHL. The Florida Panthers won their second cup in a row against Edmonton Oilers. This time they won in 6 games. This time they didn't go to a game 7 like I thought they would. Yeah, the Panthers, after game 4, after Edmonton won in overtime, Edmonton wasn't the same. I think they scored 1 goal after that overtime win. They got smashed in game 5, 6-1, and they lost at home 3-0 or 3-1, I believe. Let me check. Mm-hmm. They lost 5-1 in game 6, and they lost 5-2 in game 5. Yeah, because they won at home. Because I forgot Edmonton had a home ice. So after game 4, Edmonton got outscored 11-3 or 10-3. Yeah, they got outscored 10-3 in the last 2 games. So the Oilers didn't have it after game 4. After they won game 4 in Florida in overtime, they just came home, laid an egg, and then came back to Florida and laid another egg. Off to Florida. Panthers win the fourth cup for the state of Florida in the last 5 years. That's 4 championships, 4 cup for the state of Florida. 5 all together, 3 by the Lightning, 2 by the Florida Panthers. Are the Florida Panthers in a dynasty? Yeah, I could say that. I think they have a good chance of winning next year. Yeah, great series by Florida Panthers. Great playoffs, great run. You could argue that this run was better than last year, but yeah, Florida dominated the playoffs, dominated finals. Besides 2 games, they lost in overtime and won. So they lost in overtime, bro. Let me see. Yeah, because 3 of the last 4 games, the Panthers won 6-1, 5-2, and 5-1. The only game that Edmonton won was the overtime game, 5-4. And then Edmonton, yeah, the Oilers won 2 overtime games. So the Panthers won 1 overtime game. The first 3 games went to overtime. And then the next 3 after that, the Panthers won game 3, 6-1. They won game 5, 5-2, and game 6, 5-1. So they got outscored. Edmonton got outscored 16-4 in 3 of the last 4 games in the losses. So yeah, the Panthers really dominated this series besides 2 overtime losses. So yeah, I thought the Oilers were gonna win. I thought Connor McDavid was gonna step up and lead his team to the championship. But he didn't. He kind of wasn't. He was kind of a no show this finals, which is a shame because he's supposed to be the best player in the NHL, which he is. But he no showed this finals. It's a shame. I think he no showed last year until they came back and tied the series 3-3. But yeah, props to the Florida Panthers. Congratulations. Um, I think they can go back to back next year, 3-peat next year. And I think OKC for the NBA, I think they're going to repeat. So early predictions, very very early predictions. OKC repeats, and I'll say right now, I'm going to say Florida Panthers 3-peat. So I know that's not. It's easy to say 3-peat and easy to say back to back, but it's early prediction, so yeah, I say OKC repeats, Florida 3-peats, and yeah, as I said, Eagles will repeat, but that's just a fan of me. What else? As far as the seasons, the NBA season was a kind of a okay see. It was kind of a dud here and there. I didn't watch a lot of games until the playoffs. My team sucked. The Sisters suck. They have this third pick this week on Wednesday night. I do not want Ace Bradley from all the reports I've seen and all the bad things that people, not bad things, but all the bad reporting about him. And somebody said they give him Ben Simmons vibes. Don't want to go down that road. I want Harper. That's who I want. I think he would be nice with Massey in the backcourt. I know everybody says we have McCain. McCain's coming off an ACL injury, and I think he's better suited off the bench because you would have a small backcourt with Massey and McCain. And today's NBA, I think you need a big guard like Harper to help Massey. Is it Ron Harper? Let me look at this real quick. NBA. Oh, what the heck? The latest mock draft. The NHL draft is sweet too. As we know, the first 5 picks: the Mavs, the Spurs, the Sisters, Hornets, and Jazz. As of right now, this mock draft, Yahoo has Ace Bradley and the Spurs drafting Dylan Harper. I don't think the Spurs need Dylan Harper. They have Dalton Castle, who just won Rookie of the Year. They list Dylan Harper as a shooting guard, but I think he's a point guard. Let's look at this one. Mm-hmm. Let's look at this NBA draft lottery. So this draft lottery has obviously Cooper Flag, number 1, Dylan Harper going to the Spurs. I guess they want to, and then VJ going to the Sixers. You have a guy from Duke. This guy going 3rd. Then you got Ty Johnson going to the Jazz. He's another shooting guard. You got Fierce going to the Washington. Ace Bradley going to New Orleans. So he drops all the way to 7. You got Brooklyn drafting him. And then, yeah, these are the latest ones. Let's see. Let's see another one. Let's see this one. Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bradley going to the Sixers. Or no, this is a draft one. Yeah, a lot of people like Ace Bradley. And this is why I want Harper. Harper is exactly what an NBA guard with great size and strength, feel for the game, scoring process, ability to make plays for teammates. I think he's a pro ready as any guard in recent years. Should put up numbers even if he lands in San Antonio and plays behind Fox and Castle. He has the talent to be the best player on a championship. Wow. This is why I want him. This is why I want Harper. That right there. This is why I want Harper. I think Harper is the better of the two. Between Harper and Ace Bradley, I want Harper. Or, yeah, I want Harper. That's who I want. I've been saying since we got number three, since um I did the reaction for the draft lottery, and it was when we got number three. I said Spurs don't need him. I think the Spurs are better off getting Ace Bradley. I think Ace Bradley would fit them better than Harper would. Harper coming here, he could start right away, and you have McCain come off the bench because I think McCain would be great off the bench as a sixth man. Or you can always do a three guard system, three guard lineup. Which teams do that now. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Harper. I want Harper. That's who I want. I'm hoping and praying that this. I don't know if the Sixers will trade up to get him because there have been rumors that the Sixers want to trade up to get Dylan Harper. They are high on Dylan Harper too. That they want Dylan Harper themselves. It's just a matter of getting him and trading up for him. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of Sixers fans don't are one Ace Bradley or VJ, but I want Harper. I'm a bit rumors. I know a lot of people are not don't. It's not that they want Harper. It's that we have McCain and we have um. It's an argument, but no, I don't know why I did this. A draft rumors. Yep, this one. Oh no. No, no, no. They keep putting Harper number two. I don't even want BJ, but I don't think BJ can play his own shot. But yeah, and That's for the NHL. Let's try the NHL. Because the Flyers are number 7. So let's see what the latest on the Flyers would do. It's not the draft is not as big as the NBA, but there were two. I don't know any of these process, so I'm just gonna read for the Flyers. Oh, so they have number 6. That's right. So ranking number 1 among players. That's 1. Okay. Yeah. I don't know too much about NHL draft, so I can't even talk about it that much. But yeah, as far as the NBA season, I think it was a pretty average season. You had ups and downs. Milwaukee won the NBA Cup, which I think is a money grab tournament, but whatever. Um, it was an okay season. I wouldn't. My team sucks, so I didn't really care too much about the season. I only cared until the playoffs. So NHL, it was a good season. You had Ovechkin. It was exciting at the end because Ovechkin got to pass Wayne Gretzky. So that was exciting. I think the NHL season was better than the NBA season this year because of that too. The Florida Panthers, as said, won the championship again. You got Colorado, that was good. You had some good teams that actually made the playoffs this year. You had the Flyers on the up and up. You have some teams on the up and up next year. You got Utah in their first season. So it should be a fun season next year for both NBA and NHL. Should be an interesting off season for both NBA and NHL. The drafts are coming up for both leagues, so I think it's this week. NBA is Wednesday and Thursday. I think NHL is Friday. Let me check that. And then soon after, free agency starts this thing for the NBA next month, I believe. When is the draft? Let me see. I think it's this week. Yeah, June 27, 28. June 27, 28. When is that? That's Friday and Saturday. And it's free agency start. July 1st. Officially begins free agency. 2025 NBA free agency. Yeah, NBA free agency starts on next Monday. And the draft is on Wednesday and Thursday. So let's take a look at some agents. in the show. I just want to see some creatives. Let them pop up right away. It's not popping up, so let me change. Well, it's not popping up, so I'm not going to bother. Well, and that's it for this episode. As I said, it was a good season for NHL. An okay season for NBA. I'm not gonna say it was a good season. I don't think it was that great, but you had some stars become stars. SGA in Oklahoma City Thunder, congratulations again. Florida Panthers, congratulations on another championship. Oklahoma City on their first. SGA, balling. He's one of the best players in the NBA. Let's see what OKC can do next year. What they do this offseason. I still think they should go after Giannis, but who knows? Will Giannis? The big question is, will Giannis be traded? Will he get traded this offseason? Just like Kevin Durant got traded this weekend. We'll see. But for MoneyE, later everybody.